Two words, superhero. That's what we're talking about today, live on the Geekdom 101 live stream. Welcome to the channel. My name is Danny. I am your host, and we'll be talking about Dragon Ball Super, superhero, all throughout the stream today. It is March 22nd, 2022. The film was supposed to come out in 1 month from today. The film was supposed to be released 1 month from today, folks, in Japan. The international releases were going to be after, but Japan gets it first because they always get everything first. But it has been postponed. We're going to talk all about the postponement, the delay. We're going to talk about some new information I've gotten in the last 4 or 5 days about Dragon Ball Super superhero. Actually, most of it was in the last couple days. Although I did plan on doing this stream tonight if I got enough. If there wasn't enough to do a stream, why do it? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all are having a really good day today. Let's see what's going on now. Okay. Well, first of all, welcome. Hope y'all are having a great Tuesday. Yes, it sounds like you guys are doing good. Now, I do have a new microphone. Let me know how the mic sounds. This will be the first time I've ever used this microphone. This is a brand new mic. I just got it a couple days ago, and it's a good one. It's a good mic, and so I'm trying to improve the audio quality of the videos, so I want to know if y'all think it's a good microphone. Let me know. Hello, how are you doing? I'm seeing you guys saying hello to me. I hope y'all are doing good today. We already got a super chat here. I will be answering your super chat questions after I get through the news. I want to do that. So if you have super chat questions, of course, drop them. I'll be answering those soon. Sounds good? Okay, because I've heard, yeah, no, this is a brand new mic, y'all. Good. Carlin, that's good to hear. So the new mic that I got, I used to have what's called a Yeti Nano. I got it at Walmart for $100 during the pandemic because like a bunch of mics were sold out. But this new one that I have now, this is an Elgato. It's an Elgato mic, and I think it sounds great. I think it sounds fantastic. The name of the song is Two Words by Kanye West from the College Dropout album. So we got some very interesting news to go over with you guys today. First of all, make sure you share out the stream. Second of all, I do have to do a couple of quick plugs here. First of all, because of how good the Christmas stream that I did last year was, I'm opening up the P.O. box once again for gifts. If you want to send me something, again, it's totally up to you. I will open it live here on the channel during my stream next month. That's going to be what you see on your screen right there, Geekdom 101, with that P.O. Box address, 621 Valrico, 33595, USA. So if you want to send me something, it could be anything. My birthday's next month, that's why I'm saying. And tons of you guys have been like, hey, can I send you art? Can I send you print? Can I send you this? Can I send you that? Send me whatever you want. Right there is my address if you want to. Again, I'm not asking for gifts, but people are asking me, and that address will be in the description of most of my videos, so y'all can go there if you want to be kind and do that to me. That would be great. It's always appreciated, as you know. So anyways, we're back. We're gonna get into the news here in just a moment. Let me first of all make sure to remind you guys to leave a like, because if you leave a like here on the stream, I send you a mold of my cock. Thank you, Ground Zero. Leave a like on the stream and share it out. It really does help out the channel. Shallot will not be in this movie, bro. All the dildos. I'll send you weed and cocaine if you can get it through customs, bro. Yeah, my birthday is the next month on the 14th. So if you want to send me something, it's cool. Anyways, thank you so much, Devil AMV. So we got to get to the exclusive news, all right? So I'm going to hit y'all with the news right off the hop, then I'm going to do the I'm gonna do the Q&A at the very end. So again, if you have questions, please send them into super chats. And we have 1,400 people. Leave a like, man. If we got 1,400 people, I want to at least have 1,400 likes, right? So help me out. Help me out. That will always be appreciated by me. So, first bit of news we're going to get into. Yes, there was a Toei hack. That is legitimate information. That's not BS. Somebody hacked Toei Animation. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I don't believe this to be a hack from a government entity. There was somebody who was, and I don't know which one of you guys said this, and y'all made me laugh before I started the stream. One of you guys said it was freaking one of the angry YouTubers that got copyright claimed. Now that's funny. That made me laugh. We all deal with that. But here's the message that was submitted from the official Dragon Ball site. This is on the official movie site, and basically it states that the movie has been delayed. It's still gonna come out. Don't believe anybody who tells you the movie's been canceled, and I'm gonna prove to you it hasn't been canceled here in a minute. But the movie is still on its way. It's just going to be delayed. I was told a few weeks. I don't know if that's 3. I don't know if that's 6. I don't know. But Dragon Ball Superhero is not the only thing being postponed. Also, One Piece, the anime, has been postponed for a few weeks. Same thing with Dragon Quest Dai. All of the ongoing Toei anime have been postponed. World Trigger will not be getting postponed. And the reason for that is because World Trigger is done. World Trigger Toei Animation has completed it. It is done. It's finished from what I was told. But One Piece and Dragon Ball Superhero and Dragon Quest Dai are being postponed. It's no different than what happened during the pandemic when they had to shut the offices down for a bit. Now, what I was told about the hack, I want to let y'all know, I did not speak to a engineer at Toei. I don't know anybody in the IT department, okay? So this is what they told me. It says here, and this is kind of where I'm going to get to, the first bit of news I'm going to get to about this movie, is the movie, as far as the animation goes, is 95% done. The movie's 95% done. So I know a lot of people were worried about the movie coming out on time. The CGI doesn't look good. No, the film is 95% done. And I was told that certain people in the company have what's called an assembly cut of the film. It's an unfinished cut of the movie. And what I was told is that the film, depending on what gets cut out and what gets animated with this whole, because we got changes going on. We're gonna get to that here in a minute. Depending on what changes between now and the release date, because we don't know, the movie is going to be between 90 and 100 minutes. I've got, the stuff right here on the phone that I'm going to tell you all about. So 90 to 100 minutes the movie's going to be. So Dragon Ball Super Broly was 100 minutes. And that's long enough, I think. That's, 100 minutes is about an hour and 40 minutes, roughly. So the movie will be either an hour and 30 or an hour and 40 minutes. To me, that's plenty of time. It's not going to be a short movie at all. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Now, I did inquire about what is left, okay? What is left to be done in this movie? Because remember how I said the movie's 95% done? Okay, let me explain that. From what I was told, the Japanese voice, the Japanese dub, for lack of a better term, the Japanese voiceover, that is not finished yet. That actually hasn't begun yet. It was supposed to begin early next month. I was told this weeks ago. The recording for this movie was supposed to begin early April 2022 for the release coming out at the end of the month, right? It was going to get done right before the movie comes out. Well, I don't know what's going to happen with that now. They might postpone the recording session. Either way, it'll all be done before the movie comes out. But as far as the animation side of things go, I was just, the video, that is. I was told that it's 95% done, but what they're going to do is they're going to go back now that they have more time, and they're going to make some fixes. They're going to make the movie look even better. Now, let me go ahead and pull up what I have here for you guys. First of all, First of all, let me real quick get to this tweet right here. This is from the composer of Dragon Ball Superhero, Naoki Sato, who writes, he wrote this on Twitter a few weeks ago. I didn't get to do a video on it. Now I'm going to give you a video here on this stream. The music work of Dragon Ball Superhero is finished. It'll be released April 22nd. Now, he wrote that before the postponement, but the score for this movie is done. Now, whether or not all the music has been placed into the film, I don't know yet. I don't think it has. I can't give you an answer, but I don't think it's all been put into the movie, but the score is done. The actual music composition is done. So expect the soundtrack to Dragon Ball Superhero to come out sometime shortly after the movie or right before. Same thing with the Dragon Ball Superhero novel. They were going to release a novel that went alongside the movie. Same thing that they did with Broly. And that's going to also get postponed until when the movie comes out. Now, as of right now, I do not have a date as to when this movie's coming out. I don't know, but I know that the international audiences, like the English dub, for example, it's not coming. Before the postponement ever even happened, I was told it's not coming out in May. So it's going to either be June, July, or August. Now, again, I want to reiterate, now that the movie's been delayed, along with other Toei projects, I don't know exactly when. It could come out in August, it could be September, but I will tell you that Funimation plans on dubbing this movie and getting it done within a week. They can do it within a week. Like, within 1 week, they can probably get everybody in there to finish the movie. Maybe even just a couple of days. So don't worry about it being late. Like, some of you guys have been worried about, like, you know, is it going to come out? It's going to come out. You just have to give it time. Now, here's some more information. I'm going to read you exactly what I was told, okay? Now, again, I want to reiterate a couple things. First of all, I don't have a double source on this. Second of all, I don't know anybody who works in the engineering department at Toei. This is what I was told 2 days ago. No, yesterday. Hack only affected a small number of servers in the network, so nothing is lost, but they need to fix the network first. Okay, so the way I'm interpreting that, and I didn't get to ask too many questions, right? But the way I'm interpreting that is that the movie, what they have done of the movie has not been lost yet, but they have to reestablish the internal network. I don't know how bad this hack was. I was told that it wasn't that bad, but I don't know what that could even mean, because I can't, like, if I told y'all before I did YouTube, I was the systems engineer. Like, I was an engineer for multiple IT companies, right? And I know that when one of these things goes down, most IT companies can just put it back up within 24 to 48 hours, most big ones. I don't know how bad this hack is, but I guess there probably was some work lost. Maybe not work for this movie, but work that was ongoing. And so they're probably going to have to go back and make it better. But, excuse me, like I mentioned before, in fact, we're going to get to this tweet right here. This is from Kubo Chica. He says that this is what the animation director, the director of animation for this film said. Now, again, I didn't talk to this guy, but this is what he said. This is what he publicly said. He said, I'm sure the quality will be further improved due to the postponement, so please look forward to it. So that means that he's going to spend this extra time making the movie look better. So that's good. I mean, the more time that they have to work on this movie, the better. But that does obviously bring up a question that I have. And the question is, if they needed a bit more time to make it look better, what would the movie have looked like had it come out April 22nd? Would it not have looked finished? Would it have looked incomplete? Would it have been a dumpster fire? I don't think Toei's going to put something out that is subpar, but they have in the past. Let's be honest, they have in the past. It's just one of those things where I'm not seeing, like, I worry about how far along they were, because I was told 95%. I don't know if that's even the case, really. It could be they're covering something up. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you, but that's what I was told. Okay, we got 2,000 people in here and only 840 likes. Come on, man. 840 likes. Leave a like if you're stopping by, dude. Unboot everything. I'm not done yet. I haven't spoken about this next part. So the Toei hack is definitely real, though. Like, it was even covered on Yahoo News. Like, this is not some mysterious. I saw somebody. People on the internet make shit up all the time. I saw somebody say that, oh, they're just covering up for the fact that the movie's going to be late. No, they're not, because that has nothing to do with One Piece or Dragon Quest. The entire system was affected by this. So I don't know how they have their shit set up over there, bro, but there you go. All right, we got 984 likes. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Okay, now I'm going to give y'all the next bit of news here. Yes, the song that played in the intro, John Tarver, is 2 words by Kanye West. Is Forgotten Relics in the chat, bro? Is he there? I've actually told Forgotten Relics some of these things already. Privately. Yes, but about the movie coming in August. I'm not talking about Dragon Ball Superhero coming out in Japan in August. I'm talking about the dub coming out. And as far as One Piece Red goes, if they don't get this fixed, that might also be postponed. So you got to think about that. Like, we don't know anything about One Piece Red. Thank you so much for leaving a like, y'all. And again, if you have a question, drop a super chat and I'll answer it when I get done. So, all right, this next bit of news is an exclusive. This is something you're going to get exclusively here that no one's talked about yet. Okay? I don't know how to take this, but I want y'all to tell me what you think in the chat, what I'm about to say right now. Let me switch back to my big camera here. There we go. Okay. I was told Gohan has at least 3 fights in this movie. Now, the reason why I found that weird, and that does not include him fighting the Red Ribbon Army, like the army soldiers. He has 3 competitive fights in this movie. Now, let me tell you why that's interesting, because I had thought it was only going to be 2 fights. One against Gamma 1 and 2 at the same time, and one against the final villain. But he has 3 separate fights, 3 separate sequences in this film. Now, I don't know if, like, I don't know, like, how long the fights are going to be, but I'm going to guess. This is me guessing, okay? The 3 fights thing is news. What I'm guessing is we're going to get Gohan against Gamma 1 and 2. We're going to get Gohan and Piccolo together teaming up against Gamma 1 and 2. And we'll get Gohan at the end of the movie fighting whoever the big secret boss is. You know, there's been speculation of it being Cell. I have to be careful how I say this. The rumors of Cell... Okay. I have not seen the movie yet. I'm telling you right now, these 2 eyes right here have not seen the film yet. There have been rumblings of a Cell return or whatever it is, a Cell being recreated or resurrected or cloned or whatever. There have been talks about this for a while now. And I'm not talking about people on Facebook and Instagram or YouTube comments. I mean, like, internally. Like, the problem is that I'm hesitant to believe I'm hesitant to 100% say that it's Cell until I see proof. And because I just feel like Cell coming back is almost too easy. Does that make sense? It's almost like too predictable, you know? But interestingly enough, I'm going to surmise that there will be a sequence in this film with Gohan and Piccolo together. Now, in addition to that, there's more. We got more. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop it. I mentioned the music being done. I mentioned the assembly cut is unfinished. That's how I know it's not 90 to 100 minutes. The music is done. I mentioned that. Goten and Trunks do not have a big role in the film, but they do talk at some point, which I kind of suspected. and they are involved in one of the big fights in the movie. So Goten and Trunks go tanks. So this idea of like Goten and Trunks being in the movie and not fighting, they're fighting in the movie. Now, I don't know who they're fighting. I have no idea who they're fighting. I didn't get all the information because you have to be real careful because this person, I can't have them losing their fucking job, dog. But Goten and Trunks are supposed to fight in this movie. I don't know if it's training. I don't know if it's an actual fight against Red Ribbon. I don't know. Now, I actually should, let me fix what I just said for a minute. Goten and Trunks, I don't know about Gotenks, but I think Gotenks will be in the film. But I wasn't told Gotenks will be fighting. I was told Goten and Trunks. But I'm going to assume that's Gotenks, right? We're going to assume that's Gotenks. So, but again, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just guessing it's Gotenks. So that would make sense. Also, let me get back to where I was at here, y'all. Leave a like if you're stopping by. Thank you. And if you're stopping by for the first time, just so y'all know what we've covered so far, if you just stopped by, the movie's going to be 90 to 100 minutes. The music is done. The movie's 95% complete and will be released this year. We just don't know exactly when. Goten and Trunks will be involved in a battle in the film. Gohan will fight 3 times in the movie. So if you are a Gohan fan and you were pissed off because he had nothing to do in Dragon Ball Super Broly, he didn't even appear in Dragon Ball Super Broly, you're going to get more than enough Gohan in this movie. Gohan will fight 3 times. I'm wondering if it's more than 3. I think it's more than 3, but what do you want me to tell you? Now, I heard, what I'm about to tell you is not news, it's rumor, okay? I'm going to classify it as rumor because I have to be careful because people like to nitpick every single thing I say, and if one thing is inaccurate, all of a sudden I have no credibility, even though that's complete horseshit to anybody who has a brain. I heard a rumor that Krillin and 18 are only in one scene, and it's a comedy scene. And that's it. They're not in the final battle. They're nowhere to be seen. I don't know if that's true. Couldn't even tell you. But I had heard that through the wire. Don't know how true it is. Haven't been able to confirm it, but basically Krillin and 18 have one comedy scene in the film, but they're not going to really be a big part of the movie. I want to give y'all a quick update on some merchandise here. Let me pull it up here. Stand by for 1 second. So check it out. So, hold on. There we go. So these upcoming cards are going to be released for Dragon Ball Super Superhero. And as you can see there, we have Goten and Trunks, who look awesome, by the way, and Gamma 1 and 2. Now, one would logically say that Goten and Trunks are going to fight Gamma 1 and 2 in the movie. I don't know that. I cannot tell you for certain that they're going to fight Gamma 1 and 2, but they're going to fight in the movie. I just don't know who they're going to fight or when they're going to fight, but they're going to fight in the film. That it's not just, or I don't think it's training. I think it's going to be an actual fight. So these look great. I mean, I think this art looks fantastic. I think that the art for this movie, let's move the CGI aside for a minute, okay? Let's take the CGI aspect and move it aside because I'm not a big fan of it either. I prefer old school animation. The art looks great. I like the art, honestly. I think the animation like team on this movie, like again, I wish that it was like I genuinely wish that it was like old school, like, you know, like cell animation, but the art still looks great. Here is an image of Gohan and Piccolo together and Goku and Vegeta together. Now, Gohan and Piccolo together, as you can see, Gohan and Piccolo are in their ultimate forms, right? And I think that, and this is me guessing, I think that when Gohan and Piccolo fight together, we're going to see them use those ultimate forms. And then we have, of course, Goku and Vegeta on the right. There's been speculation about Goku and Vegeta and whether or not, like, they're going to be doing anything more than training in this movie. Still don't know. I've asked a lot of questions and I haven't gotten answers to everything. There's a lot of different, like, possibilities when it comes to Goku and Vegeta. But one of the things that now this next thing I'm gonna tell you is me guessing again. I don't think there's going to be a mention of Moro or Granola in this film. I think the next Dragon Ball Super manga arc will take place before this movie. I could be wrong. That is not a scoop. That is a guess. I already showed you that. Okay. Very good. So, let's recap. The dub's not coming out in May. Now, definitely not coming out in May. The North American release. Dragon Ball Super Superhero's been delayed. It's 95% done. Goten and Trunks are going to fight in the movie, like actually get into a fight. And Gohan will fight 3 times. That one really kind of confused me, the Gohan fighting 3 times thing. Unless he's counting Gamma 1 and 2 as 2 separate battles, I feel like it's going to be... I thought it was going to be 1 fight. I'm sorry, 2 fights. 2 fights. So, when it comes to this production, unlike Dragon Ball Super Broly, there's specific teams assigned. Well, that's not true, because Broly had a little bit of this. There are specific teams assigned for specific sequences. So, I don't know if, like, some people don't have access to other people's shit. I don't know how that works. I genuinely have no idea. But it would seem to me that the fact that some people have some information and some have very little information, or they have different information, tells me that A, they don't want to break their NDA, which makes sense, if you want to even call it that, or B, they don't know. They genuinely don't know, because I got to be careful with the Cell thing. I keep asking about Cell, and nobody's given me a definitive answer. It's all been like sarcastic shit, or at least stuff that I read as being sarcastic. Maybe I'm wrong. On that. So who the hell knows? I'm not going to straight up say that Cell's confirmed until we see something. Oh, I almost forgot. Because there was something else. So, this person thinks that they're going to release another trailer. They think. Now, don't know how accurate that is, like I said, but they believe there will be one more trailer for this movie released next month. So we are going to get another look at this film before it comes out. Maybe with the new animation, maybe with more of the music. And what I'm curious about is who the hell is doing the theme song for the movie. I'm waiting to find the answer out for that one. So let's get to some of your questions, okay? Let me get to some of your super chats here. 2,555. Come on, leave a like. Okay. Matt Cheese says, I'm pretty sure the villain of the movie is Tao Pai Pai's pillar. Pad Death says, evening. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for always bringing up the hot off the wire news and updates and such. Hope you enjoy your day. Hi Sniper says, looking good, brother. Thanks. I'm glad I could make it. Thank you. MG26 malfunction. By the way, if you want to send in your question, super chats are open. Go ahead and send them in. Hey, Geekdom, I've been following you a long time. Just want to know if your thoughts on DBZ movies, USA DVD release, licensed music like Disturbed and Drowning Pool, and if you like it or not. I like the music. I don't like the music with Dragon Ball. I've answered that question before. The music is fine. I like those bands. I don't like the music with Dragon Ball. So... Oh, gee, I got something in my eye, dude. So we got another trailer coming out soon. So that's going to be next month. So that's good. Okay. Your mom sent me, says, what role do you think Shenron will have in the movie? How would his wish or wishes will tie in with Pan being abducted? I don't think the wish has anything to do with Pan, but I'm not sure what the wish could be. I mean, for all we know, Piccolo might wish to get Gohan's power. I mean, who the fuck knows? Who knows? Son Goku says, hi, Geekdom, hello. Like I said, super chats are open. Submit your questions now. I blasted the toilet with my shitty beam cannon. Well, good for you, bro. I don't think Launch is in this movie, bro. I saw somebody say that in the chat. I don't think she is. I could be wrong, but I don't think she is. Will there be a follow-up or continuation of Dragon Ball Super coming to the U.S.? Are you talking about the movie? I'm not sure if you're talking about the movie or the anime. But whatever comes out in Japan first will come to the US eventually. When it comes to Super. Is Dragon Ball Super Heroes a manga only or anime? It's a movie, bro. It's neither one. It's a movie. We got some new people in here, bro. Like, those have to be new people. They have to be new people, bro. Somebody said it's Baby and Cell combined. I don't think it's Baby and Cell combined. Nicholas Pimenta says, hello from Brazil. Thank you for your content. I'm always looking for your manga reviews and news of Dragon Ball. Well, thank you, bro. I'm doing the best that I can. I wish I had more for you, but there's not that much there. It's still like the movie's almost done, so I'm probably gonna get more information in the next couple weeks. But I can't promise that because I don't know. Like, I can't promise anything. Taylor says, thanks, man. Thank you. Janique Ukami says, I don't see New Cell having the same impact as Revived Cell. Revived Cell don't seem the type to be willingly help Red Ribbon unless Gamma 1 and 2 beat him and he's forced. Yeah, but then why would Cell be... If Gamma 1 and 2 are going to beat Cell up in the movie, why would he be the final villain then if they lose to Gamma 1 and 2? Hold on, Jaden G, man, take it easy, bro. I understand that you don't agree with some fans, but relax, man, relax. Buff Vegeta says I can launch some dick into her. All right. Do you think the concept of the Makaio Shin scrapped completely? It seems like it. I don't know for sure. Oh, I have another water. Didn't even realize that. Yeah, there's no point in having Gamma 1 and 2 beat up Cell if he's the lead villain of the movie, because then that would kill him being the lead villain. Meat Puppet, I'm not going to answer the same question I've answered for the past fucking 3 years, dog. Right now, don't worry about that. Worry about the movie. Movie's next. Anything after that, we'll find out when it comes. Just be patient. People have to exercise patience, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I think that Dragon Ball Superhero getting postponed due to a hack might be a blessing in disguise. The movie might actually look a lot better now that they have more time with it. And to be honest, April did seem like it was a bit too soon. I don't know about y'all. Listen, let me know in the chat right now. Type yes or no. Do you think April was too soon, or do you think April was a good time? I feel like the more time that they've had, the more time they have to work on it, the better. Yeah, Jaden G, man, don't get mad, bro. Just disagree respectfully, bro. It's all good. Like, it's all love, you know? We want the anime series to come back. Well, why are you telling me, bro? I don't work on the fucking anime. Talk to Toei. I don't make decisions at Toei, bro. You don't think I want the anime to come back? But, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? They're working on Dragon Quest now. All the Dragon Ball Super animation people, well, not all, but a lot of them are on Dragon Quest. And I've talked about this every stream, it seems. Like, nothing's changed with that. You know? Let Dragon Quest finish first, and then we'll see. They're on the last arc, so it won't be too long. I don't know if Digimon is done this year. I heard they were, but then I heard they weren't. So I don't know. Because Digimon is the other show Toei is kind of working on. It's in the Dragon Ball Super time slot. But anyways, we're not talking about the anime here. We're talking about the movie. So, FWDT says, do you think the gammas are derived from pieces of 7-3? No. No. Not at all. Even though that would be kind of cool. MS81 says, did you check out the new cards? Gohan has some new aura around his ultimate form. I did. And it's a cool looking aura for sure. Superstar DC says, it would be funny if it was Bio Broly. It also wouldn't make sense. Unless Broly comes to Earth first. And he already came to Earth, but I mean, he comes to Earth and they take some of his blood samples, which maybe they could from the Gogeta fight, maybe, but he didn't really bleed in that fight. It could be done. It's just, I don't think they're going to do that. Awesome Dude 0007 says, long time, first time. Giovanni Lozano says, can you elaborate on why you feel the next manga arc would take place before this movie chronologically? It's just a guess. That's just a guess that I have. This movie, I think, is okay. Baron Byakuo Cooling D. That's a long name. I understand you want the anime. I don't work for Toei Animation. Tell them. Don't tell me. Okay, dude, stop spamming the same thing, dude. Last warning. Please stop spamming the same thing. You're not allowed to spam in here, bro. We're gonna have a real conversation. Come on, man. Y'all gotta behave yourself. Okay, it's just a hunch. I think that the next arc will be after Granola, but before this movie. But I could be wrong. Who the hell knows? Who really knows? Nerdigans, I do not think that. I don't think it's 21. I could be wrong. I don't think it's 21. That's just my guess. Meat Puppet, you had no idea, bro? Come on, man. That's like every day almost I get asked that question. To the point where I don't even answer it anymore, you know? Viper Bites Gaming says, I think this new android is built based on Dr. Garrow's blueprint of Cell. That could be. Nah, bro says, possible cell forms confirmed. SSJ 5G cell phone, SSBUS cellulite, ultimate jail cell. If this were like South Park or some shit, I would agree with you. But Toriyama loves puns, but who knows? Then again, South Park wouldn't even do that. Mo011 says, please watch the Broly film with us. You got so much knowledge and people say it's better than the 2018 DBS movie. The Broly film is a 2018 DBS movie. Unless do you mean the original Broly movie from like the 90s? The first Broly movie? Because when you say the Broly film, I'm thinking like Dragon Ball Super Broly, which is a 2018 movie. So you gotta elaborate on that. Domo Boy 92 says, if Goku and Vegeta have mastered their UI and UE forms at this point, how well do you think Broly will keep up in training? It's Broly, bro. He'll keep up. They'll figure out a way. Yeah, Meat Puppet, I just got your super chat. Shane Thompson says, have you had any concern about Toei employees giving misinformation to find leaks? Great channel and much love. Yes. Yes, I have. Which is why I don't do too many of these. And that's why I'm always careful with what I say. I'm always very careful with things I give away on here. Because it's very difficult to trace with the way I provide information. What do you think of Dragon Ball Breaker? I haven't played it yet. That's from Viking Berserker. I have not played that game yet. The Young Family says, I think Cell is the secret villain for fan service. And at the end of the Broly movie, Frieza talked about needing a partner because he is versus Goku and Vegeta, and it would be a direct homage to GT. I don't think Frieza's in this movie, but he could be. I don't think Frieza has anything to do with the Red Ribbon Army. So I've already given out the news earlier in this stream, but I'm not done yet. I'm trying to get this last super chat here. I'm trying to get these done. Sit for Skit says, you think the final villain could be Big Chungus? No, I mean, look. No, Mike, who it won't. All right, so I can tell there's people in here who don't I can tell there's people in here who don't watch the other streams. They're just coming in for the first time, and that's probably because of time reasons. Because this is one of the few times where I'm able to stream, and more people can be here. Retro Neon says, I don't know, but what if it's Omega Shenron or a GT villain? It's not Omega Shenron or a GT villain, bro. Explain to me how logically Omega Shenron could have anything to do with the Red Ribbon Army. How is he? That's one of those, hey, geekdom, I have a theory, but I didn't take 2 seconds to think about it. Like, you gotta think about these things, man. You gotta think about it. Now, Super 17, that idea could get reused, but not the character of Super 17, just the idea. Okay, Todd Klein writes, I know this is about the movie and not the anime, but do you think they'll add Broly and Superhero to the anime? I know it's not about the anime, but I want to ask you about the anime anyways, but I'll take the question. To flesh it out more like Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, would you think it would be worth it? Honestly, I think I'd be okay with, like the superhero movie getting adapted to the anime, not so much Broly, because I kind of like Broly the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like Dragon Ball Super Broly the way it is. I don't want them to fuck with it. Mitch says, some of these theories really are wild. Well, it's just typical of this community. They think of a theory without thinking for 2 seconds if it makes sense. Like, there was a dude the other day who was like, I think that Bardock is Granola's father. And I'm like, how could he be Granola's father if he first met Granola's mother the same day that she died? And then he goes, I don't know, man, it would just be cool. And I'm like, but does it make sense? Like, a billion things would just be cool. But does it fucking make sense? And it's been a problem I've had for years, how people don't think before they spit out their theories. Now, a GT villain, like the idea behind one, could work, but not like the same thing. Especially not Omega. It's Cyborg Garlic Jr. as the villain or old Dragon Ball character. I don't think Garlic's going to be in the movie either, bro. Cat Cuddles the Bear. You actually don't know that for sure, though. We don't know that for sure. And you're right, they haven't shown 17. I don't know if 17's in this movie. I have no idea. Mo011. So you're talking about the first Dragon Ball Z Broly movie. Yeah, actually, I could. Let me get a drink of water here. I could stream that for you on Twitch sometime if you really want. That could be fun, actually. That could be a fun time. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it soon. Listen, y'all, keep an eye out to your community tab. And keep an eye out on Twitter, and keep an eye out on different parts of like Facebook, because I will be doing a Dragon Ball watch along soon on Twitch again. So I don't know when exactly. So keep an eye out for that. Kenan Dixon says, what if Cell was brought back and that dome-like machine artificially enhances Cell's strength past the power displayed from the Broly movie? Kenan Dixon, I think that makes sense. That does make sense. They could do a thing where, okay, let me explain this, because I don't know if I've talked about this yet on streams before. I don't know if I have. Well, unknown. We'll find out, won't we? Because this is after the granola arc. The Texan. Hey, maybe he's on Planet Cereal by himself. I mean, who knows? Don't think Broly will get UI or UE, but something like the 4D film from years ago. I'll be okay with that. I don't think they're gonna do it, but I would be fine with that. Kiryu the Dragon Warrior. I like that name. He says, Chapter 82 was all set up for Goku to be the strongest in the manga. It's the same character growth as Poe went through in KFP3. 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 I don't think I know what that stands for. Once he realized who he was and became the Dragon Warrior. KFP3. I'm legit trying to figure out what the hell KFP3 is. Like, seriously. Frank Parker, I think that's how it's going to go down. I think Gohan will fight Gamma 1 and 2. Oh, Kung Fu Panda 3. I'm over here thinking about, like, thank you guys, thank you. I didn't know what KFP3 was. I thought that was a video game. I'm over here like, what video game is he talking about? Because I really didn't even know. Okay, this guy just said, is the delay a fake so they can finish the granola arc? I'm pretty sure I said earlier that the Toei hack was real and that it was covered on Yahoo News. Let me ask you a question. I want you to use your brain. The granola arc is manga that's written by Shueisha and Toyotaro. What does the granola arc have to do with Dragon Ball Superhero? Toei Animation. There's Toei Animation and there's Shueisha. Shueisha makes manga. Toei Animation makes anime. They don't deal with each other, bro. Come on, man. You know what? It's my fault. Because I had a video I was going to work on. And the video was who owns Dragon Ball. And we're going to get into all that shit. Okay, let me real quick get to this. Question here. Gil Mendoza says, is the new Gohan card the big aura his new form? If so, where would it match up compared to Blue? Any internet talk about the new form? I did a whole video on it, but the video I did was more so speculation. I think it's more so... Wait a minute. Saiyan Scholar said it was delayed because of the granola arc. Did he really say that? You're lying. You're lying, bro. He did not say that. I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe you. I'm going to hit him up right now. Did you really say the movie was delayed because of the granola arc? I've told Saiyan Scholar in the past he's got to... I don't know if you're fucking with me or not. I'm going to ask him right now. But I've told him in the past he needs to, like, really get a clue sometimes, bro. If he really said that, I'm going to be very disappointed. Because, no, that's not true. The granola arc has nothing to do with Toei. I'm asking him. I asked him in the DMs. Okay, let me get back to the question. So, Gil wants to know about Gohan's new form. I think it's just going to be an upgraded version of Ultimate Gohan. But it could be like he did some training. I just don't know. He had to have been trolling. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think he was just trolling. He has to be. Because no. I've already explained the delays because of... The delay is because of the hack. Same thing with everything else getting delayed. I love this question right here. If this movie takes place after Granola, why is Granola not in the movie? Okay, let's use our heads for a minute, y'all. There's this thing between your ears called a brain. Does Granola live on Earth? No, he lives on planet Cereal. Why would Granola be on Earth if his home is in planet Cereal? Now again, am I a dick for using my brain? Because people have had the balls say that I'm a dick. Oh, Geekdom's a dick because I'm a smartass. No, I use my fucking brain, homeboy. This isn't rocket science. This is a show for children. Anyways, get back to the questions. Ryan Scott says, and if it's Rian, I apologize. No question this time. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Pat, the veteran advocate, says Cell will be the baddie and then find a power up. Gohan will then power up and win. Nothing new like we hope there to be. I hope I'm wrong. Vegeta 33. I'm glad you think it's funny. I'm glad you think it's funny. Okay, so Young Family says if Cell survived, he could team up with Frieza. Not that Frieza is in the movie, so that it can pay it off in a later arc, maybe in the manga. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think that's something that would be more for like heroes than anything else. I think you're right, COK. I think you're right about that. Walter Clement says, don't try to argue with these guys. They won't listen. No, listen. This is a subscriber-only chat. Everybody who's watching me right now is... Well, not watching me. Everybody who's leaving a comment is a subscriber. I will listen to my subscribers, but I mean, come on, dude. What if all our theories are wrong and it turns out to be Android 13? I would hate that. I do not want to see Android 13 in this movie, dude. But I'll tell you who it could be. Have you ever heard of Android 16,000? Or is it 1600? I think it's 16,000, right? Let me see if I can find a picture. Because I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, no, wait. Android 19,000. Excuse me. So, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Hold on one second, y'all. Let's head on over to my image. Now, I'm not saying he's in the movie, because I don't think he is, but this character is Android 19,000. I'm not making this up. This is not fan fiction. Android 19,000 is a villain from Dragon Ball Online, the Korean MMORPG that birthed like the spin-offs of Xenoverse and Heroes and all that. And this character was created by what's known as the Red Pants Army. So in the Dragon Ball Online timeline, the Red Pants Army came in after Red Ribbon. Now, Toriyama may be borrowing ideas from DBO for this film. However, I want you to read between the lines of what I'm about to tell you right now. Android 19,000 is not in this movie. I think the most likely villain is some kind of a recreated Cell. Now, I'm not saying it's definitely Cell, and I'm not saying it's confirmed to be Cell. The most likely villain, as far as like the secret final boss, is probably a version of Cell. So that's what I'm guessing, based on the fact that we've seen Trunks come back, we've seen Broly get rebooted, we've seen Frieza come back, we've seen everybody come back, right? Almost everybody's come back. We even saw freaking Arale come back, dude, in Dragon Ball Super Episode 69. You know what I'm saying? But this is Android 19,000. Wouldn't it be something if he was the villain? I don't think it is, but wouldn't that be something? Okay, Grim Reaper says maybe they got Boo's DNA and created Janemba. That'd be awesome. I think the egg machine might be a prison. Piccolo gets put in and he has to go past his limit to break out, but it turns out the egg is taking energy like Boo. I like your idea, but that is a better idea for an arc versus a movie. Like, your idea fits better for a manga arc or an anime arc than a movie. Skater69 says Dr. Hito gets mad at the Gambas turn good and he's the main last villain. Just an idea. Well, he might sick the main last villain on them. Who knows? All right. MG26 Malfunction says this is a thought or a guess. How long do you think does it take to draw out a panel for Dragon Ball Super? Just a guess. The manga? It could take Toyotaro 5 minutes to draw a panel. I mean, that's a question. That's not really a question for me, bro. Like, that's a question for Toyotaro. And Toriyama could do one probably even faster than that. It just depends on the panel. Like, that's a weird question, but I do understand it. Task Force Pet Control with the $100 super chat. Holy shit. Thank you so much for your generous super chat, bro. Holy shit. I think the main enemy is a version of the Bio Broly film, but instead of Broly, it's Cell using more of Gohan's DNA and maybe a Cell Jr. or blood from one of Cell's disposed body parts, like the tail 16 ripped off. I love that idea, and I'm not just saying that because he donated $100. I think that makes the most sense. I think if they bring Cell back, it's gonna be like a remade Cell. Damo Boy 92, with characters finally aging and growing in power, do you think we'll see more of their own stories play out now? I would like to see that. Also, I'd be down for an Oob cameo. If Oob has a cameo in this movie, it'll be at the very end. Now, I want to say something real quick here. And again, thank you, Task Force Pest Control, for your donation. But what I wanted to say real quick is, well, actually, wait. Before I say what I want to say, let me get to that question. Alien Lizard Therapist says, do we know how long the movie is? Yes. I said that earlier in the stream. The movie's going to be 90 to 100 minutes. That was exclusive news broken right here on the stream. Let me reiterate. I'm going to repeat the news in case you are just joining us and you missed the news. I'm going to repeat the news, okay? I was told the film is 95% complete. Japanese dub will not begin until April, but that may have changed. The movie's been postponed due to the Toei Hack, and they're going to spend more time working on the movie. That's public information. That's not from me, or not told to me. Hack only affected a small number of servers in the network. I don't know how true that is. Gohan has at least 3 fights in the movie. I thought it was 2, but he has at least 3 fights. And there's a cut going around, so it'd be 90 to 100 minutes. That's what I was told. And the music is done. But not the music placement, just the music. So 90 to 100, no, not 90 to 100, 90 to 100 minutes. Am I speaking another language today, y'all? Like, I'm just saying. Is this English? If I'm slurring my words, I apologize, okay? Do I think Pan will become a Super Saiyan on accident? 90 to 100. Not 92 to 100, 90 to 100. That's the length of the film. It won't be shorter or longer than that. If it is, I would be surprised. Okay, let me get to some more. I got some more super chats here I got to get to, y'all. Geary says maybe for video or something to think about. Movie SSB Goku versus Buark Vegito with SS2, possibly even SS3. That's like a Ask FM question, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that is unquantifiable. But I will tell you that Super Saiyan Blue Goku at the end of Dragon Ball Super would smash Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. Like, nobody in Dragon Ball Z can fuck with Dragon Ball Super level characters. So 90 plus 2 equals 100. The movie will be anywhere between 90 to 100 minutes. All right. True SSJ Havoc says, I wish I could play DBO again. Remember Toriyama created a majority, if not all the designs and story in DBO. I thought it was canon at one point before. Well, there is no canon, my friend, especially not with video games. But he did create a lot of the designs in the movie. Also, I forgot to show y'all something. So not only is there Android 19,000, that's not the only thing that we have in this story. Or in, not in the story, excuse me, in Heroes or Online. Let me pull it up here. Hold on one second. We've also got Android 8000. Now, I'm not saying he's in the movie. I don't think he is. But wouldn't it be something if they actually took this idea and did it? This is Android 8000 from Dragon Ball Online. They took the design for Ader, otherwise known as Hachan, and they made him into his own character. His own villain, that is. Except with more powers, like with much more powers. So this is Android 8000, a legitimate character from Dragon Ball Online. I don't think he's going to be in the movie, but what I'm trying to tell you is that the Red Ribbon Army coming back after the Cell Saga is an idea that Toriyama has had for a really long time. This is not a new idea. He's wanted to bring them back for some time now. And this movie is a new story. I don't think it's going to have Android 8000 or Android 19,000, but it's still, like, he's wanted to bring them back, bro. Let me get to JD. What do you think the end credit scene could be? Oob, Goku getting the blue gi, montage of a 28th Budokai, teaser about the anime reveal. No, I think Goku getting the blue gi makes the most sense. I think Goku getting the blue gi makes the most sense. Okay, something else I want to address here. I want to address this. People have been asking about Android 21. I don't think Android 21 is the villain of this film. I don't think it's Android 21. I'm just letting you know now. I don't think it's... I would be surprised if it's Android 21. People are like, oh, it's definitely 21. I don't think so. Trust me. I don't think it's Android 21. That's pretty funny, official Goku 52. I was expecting Ozato, not Frieza Frankenstein. Cell X would be awesome, dude. You're right, Christopher Kent. Cell X would be awesome if we saw him in this movie. Let me get to these last questions here. Do you think Copy Cell Juniors will make a cameo from the manga that fought Goten and Trunks? I fucking hope so. I fucking hope so, bro. Could the Cell Juniors from Android 17's Ranch make a cameo? That's the same question I just got a minute ago. Janik, and I think that will tie into this movie, but I could be wrong. Dr. Gero or Jero returns in a new body. I hope not, dude. That would be so lame to have his old ass out there on some fucking Metamucil trying to fight off Gohan and Piccolo now. Come on, man. Xavier says, why didn't Shintani do the 1 through 131 Dragon Ball Super before he did Super Broly? Because he wasn't hired. I mean, what kind of question is that, bro? Like, I've talked about this before. Shintani was hired because they needed a new animation. They needed a new character designer for the movie that wasn't Yamamuro, and Toriyama picked Shintani. The reason why he didn't do the other series is because Tadayoshi Yamamura was doing it. So they didn't need one until Broly came around. Like, he wasn't hired. Like, it's that simple. It's not that complicated. Do you think they could restart the Dragon Ball Super anime from the beginning by adapt? The questions I'm getting tonight, bro, is like, damn. This is not the usual crowd, I've noticed. This is a different crowd. Some of you guys I've never seen before, so welcome if you're new. Who is lamer, Dr. Gero or Dr. Wheelo? Dr. Gero, because we've seen him too many times. He came back in GT already. Ultra Mecha Gero. Who would win in a fight, Yamamura or Shintani? I have no idea, bro. Tony, good to hear from you, bro. Alien Lizard Therapist says the secret villain will be Sonic the Hedgehog and the machine will actually be powered by Chaos Emeralds. I would love if they had a Sonic crossover. Mark Hodge says, Anbu, that would be funny if that happened. Mark Hodge says, I think a juiced up version of Cell. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, I'm telling you right now, bro. Here we go. Don't be a dick answering questions. That's a fucking block. That's a block, bro. I'm really tired of people being so sensitive. Go watch someone else, dude. Like, if you're that sensitive to call me a dick over me having fun, bro, go watch someone else, dog. Go have some other YouTuber fake kiss your ass and let me be myself. I can't stand people saying that shit. Like, how am I being a dick? If you're asking a stupid question, like, I didn't say it was a stupid question. It's just a different batch of people. Yes, I did call out your name, bro. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Josue. Okay, let me get back to what I was doing here before this fucking pussy got his pussy hurts now. Fuck, it's so frustrating, bro. You're being a dick. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Let me live my life. Crybabies, bro. I haven't even been mean to anybody today. I haven't been mean to one person this whole stream. Pussy shit, bro. Anyways, true SSJ Havoc. I'm trying to get to your question, bro, but I can't see it. I still disagree with there is no canon. Well, you can disagree all you want to, bro. But the fact is that there is no canon. They've never once said there's a canon. You can't prove there's a canon because they've never said there's a canon. Toei, Shueisha, Toriyama have never said there's a canon. So that pretty much makes me right. And until they say it, you're wrong. I mean, you can disagree all you want, but I'm just saying. I'm dead, yeah. Live life, breathe air. Yes, breathe air. I agree with that. Let's see here. Okay, all right. Thank you for the High Sniper says, do you think Cell will remember the Z Fighters or do you think he will be a completely different Cell? I don't know. That's actually a good question. That's a very good question because it's not the same Cell. If it is Cell. That's a good question, bro. Stupid questions deserve stupid answers. Thank you, Mitch. I'm just being goofy, and this one guy's like, you know, crying. By the way, Pat, Chris, you're blocked too, bro. Don't be a dick to me for no reason, dude. Let me get back to fucking what I was trying to do. So let's recap the news, because I really get sick of people being douchebags on here and being crybabies. Let's get back to the news. 90 to 100 minutes. Gohan will fight 3 times in the film. 95% done. The movie is. Yes, Piccolo's new form is Ultimate Piccolo. At least that's what we know so far. I don't know anything else about it. The final villain of the film may or may not be Cell. I don't know. It probably is Cell. I don't know, though. That hasn't been. I haven't seen the movie yet. Hold on. Unfading Resolve says the questions tonight, man, geez. Anyways, you think we'll see gods leave us anytime soon? I have to see the Saiyans fend for themselves again. So would I. You're right, Tony. You're right about that. Don't worry about that shit. Is Bardock the new movie villain? 90 to 100 minutes. The movie's 95% done. The music is done. The dub is not done yet. The new release date has not been announced yet, but it will be announced soon. But I don't know how long it's going to take them to, like, redo, like, how long it will take them to finish what they have to do. I have no idea. Call the movie Resurrection C. I'm sure people will call it that. I'm sure they will. You know what I'm saying? John Wheeler, you're right about that, bro. You want to know why? Because this is my channel, and I do what I want. When you can do what you want on your channel, I can do mine. Everyone has a right to treat it however they want. You know what I'm saying? This is a free enterprise environment. But anyways, what surprises me was the Gohan fighting 3 times thing. That's what surprises me. So, I don't think... So, okay. Let me end it with this. I don't think the villain is Android 21. I don't think it's Bio Broly. I think whoever the villain is somebody familiar yet new. And Gohan will fight him at the end of the movie, but I think there might be other people fighting him too, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I mentioned this earlier. Tanks will fight in the movie. I just don't know, like... Oh, I'm sorry. Goten and Trunks will fight in the movie. I just don't know who they're going to fight. If it's going to be like Gammas or what. Like, there's art that makes it think that it's a Gamma, but we don't know. So I want to reiterate this. I have never once explicitly said that Cell is the villain of this film, because I don't know if it's Cell. But I would not be surprised if it is Cell. Task Force Pest Control. Hopefully this makes up for the off crowd. Love your channel. Keep being you. Thank you. You didn't have to donate again, bro, but I really appreciate it. No, the crowd tonight's great. It's just that we're getting some weird questions. The crowd is fine. We're just getting some weird questions that I normally don't get. You know what I'm saying? Could it be a Gohan clone? Now, that's another... I actually think that's a good idea. I would like a Gohan... I actually don't hate a Gohan clone, but this new Cell, like, absorbing Gamma 1 and 2, yeah, it's predictable. Everybody agrees with that. But it's also something that is very plausible. Anyways, I have to close out the stream, y'all, because you've got all the news. I gave you everything that I have. Bond Jedi Rangers late. Well, it's okay, bro. The stream will be up for replay. But you have everything that I've told you. I've told you everything. Once again, I'm putting up my P.O. box. If you want to send me anything for my birthday coming up next month, you can start now because my birthday is April the 14th. It is on your screen right now. Again, you don't have to, but it's up there. If you want to send me something, I'll be doing an opening here on the channel. With that being said, though, I will bring this stream to a close. Well, wait, I have one more super chat. What if Alec somehow delivers OG73 to Red Ribbon? That would surprise me. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think it's going to happen. That would surprise me. It's going to be Janemba, LOL. Actually, that would be cool if it was Janemba. That's my favorite movie villain. Anyways, I'm going to end the stream now. I hope you had a great day. Take care of yourself. And whenever I get more information, I'll either do a stream or I'll do a video, depending on how much information I have. And we'll go